All right, man. So if you're good to go, I'll go ahead and just start looking here. I was kind of waiting just so I don't get too ahead of myself. Um, all right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, bet. Remind me, you're on a top step, huh? Okay, bet. Yeah, my bad. My baby's back in the back playing with their toy. Oh no, she. Oh, for real? Okay, bet. All right. So gold, dude, we hit all-time highs on gold. I didn't had no idea. There's a daily chart here. So we hit all-time highs. Wow. I had no idea, but you can see that we're rejecting this area as far as price. We are rejecting, but the one thing I know is more likely than not, everybody ev- everybody that sees all-time highs. Oh shoot, my bad, bro. My bad. Okay, here we go. My bad. That was my fault right there. Um okay, so as I was saying, we hit all-time highs and I had zero clue. We did that, but you can see that, we're definitely rejecting this area. So we're rejecting the 70s, the 4370s is where we're rejecting. On the daily, we are leaving these wicks behind. So, based off what I know, when we reach all-time highs, everyone's immediate thought is, let's short it. Let's short it. Let's catch this big old short to the bottom. But sometimes that's just not usually the case. It just wants to keep pushing. One second, bro. Let me get the pacifier for my baby. One second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Um, but anyway, yeah. So on gold, we reached all time. What up, dang? Um, we reached all time high, and so that's where it's at. That is where we are at. Um, let's start narrowing it down. Okay, so we got. Yo, dang, my baby's in the back, playing around. My bad on the noise. Okay, bet. I mean, okay. I just wanted to be sure because I know she's very vocal right now. She is vocal as heck right now. Um. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, we on the 7 hour. Okay, on the 7 hour, we swept this low here. Buyers really stepped in and are bringing this up. So buyers are there. So now let's see if they're going to keep us up there because that's more important. We get these wicks and then eventually gold, the way gold moves is it just completely sells off right after. The 15-minute, yeah, the 15-minute is where I usually take my entries. But for right now, since this is my first time really looking at it gold right now, I'm just trying to get a feel of where we are at. Um, I'm just trying to get a feel of where we are, and from there, I kind of that's how I decide whether I'm long or if I'm short. But right now, it's looking pretty bullish as far as we are from the 7 hour. So now let's see if I can continue that. The 4 hour, we got. No, yeah, you're good, bro. For sure. I mean, New York session is for sure where you would want to be if you want to, you know, for just speed. You know, you want to get these profit targets fast, but you never know how fast we can get it on the overnight session. Okay, let's see. So as of right now, on the 4 hour, we got that resistance right here. And that's where we are currently at. So now let's see if we can break through or if we are going to reject. So far right now, that's what I'm looking at here. You can see as we get closer, we can start seeing and narrowing down what we want to do here. Yo, what up, C-Figs? I want to see if we can get a trade in just to kind of get, you know, I'm trying out Lucid Trading. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff on them. So I'm on an eval right now for Lucid Trading. Lucid Futures. Yeah, bro. I've been seeing a lot of good stuff. I mean, they are fairly new. No, bro. I saw this thing. It was like a flash sale. Like yeah. Oh no. I did not use that one. No. The one that got me to buy it was a new user gets 2 free accounts at 50%. No, not 2 free accounts. Sorry, 2 fresh accounts if you're a new user for 50% off. That's what got me to buy them. Yo, what up, Coops? Can you lose? Yeah, you're good, man. I'm kind of working my way down on the charting here. Can you loosely explain your trend line and other drawings you use? Bro, mainly what I usually use is just support and resistance. I mean, like I said earlier, we saw that we were at all-time highs, and so that's where I draw the zone, if you can see that right here. So, you know, this is the all-time high right here. We swept it, and then that's where I draw the zone, and I'm just going to drag it to the right, and then you can surely enough see that that's exactly where we are respecting. The 4370s. As I'm going lower on time frames, you can see on the 4 hour, I found this resistance. No, this support right here that is now acting as resistance. Yeah, bro. C-Figs, futures is cool, especially right now. The overnight session is a lot more chill. I don't know if you've been in these sessions here with me, but that's usually what it is here in the overnight sessions. Is it's just slow. You know, you can place a trade, go have dinner. You know, this is not action packed like New York. Sometimes it can be, don't get me wrong, but most of the time it's, you know, we're watching paint dry. But I know Still Broke has been trying to get this passed, so let's see. I want to get him passed and stuff. I know Dang is waiting for New York. So let's see if we can catch something. Let's see what opportunities are here. Yeah, man. Yeah, C-Figs, at any time, dude. Ask any questions, bro. Anything. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, is that making sense, bro? That's the line. That's the reason why I'm drawing these out. Is because every green and red candle. Let's see if I can get a drawing here. Yeah, bro. And dude, when I first started off with futures, bro, I was going through strategy to strategy, this and that, and I still use them. Don't get me wrong, but I narrowed it down to support and resistance, and that's literally all you need. But it's just one of those things where, you know, it's not always 100%, you know, strategy, bro. It's everything is not every strategy, not one strategy out there is 100%. So it's a hit or miss. Some, you know, you'll always get that. And I'm sure you understand that now, but that's definitely my strategy as far as futures. But yeah, anyway, so what I narrowed it down to is like when I go from the daily to the 7 hour to the 4 hour, I see these big levels of resistance or support. And the way I draw them out is the more obvious ones. So, you know, every green and red candle, that's a resistance right there. Or every red and green candle, that is a support. So with those two levels, I can still mark it out from here. If I were to start over just on the 4 hour here, I would just simply have it at this. Just like that. And you can see that that resistance here, just off what I just circled, is now very much respecting. And yes, we got above, but look at the rejection still. So I would not doubt if we can break past this resistance level that at once was a support right there, I do not see a reason why we would not go and retest that resistance level again. Because the more a level is tested, the weaker it gets. And I think it's ready to, I think it's very much ready to break out, because if you look at it and you're a pattern trader, you can see that we are flagging. You can see that, you can see that we are creating higher lows, right? You can see that that's exactly what we're doing here. So I would not be opposed to trying longs, but now we gotta, narrow it down and dissect where we are. Because right now we're in the 4 hours. So that's what I'm looking right now. And that's exactly that's my bias that I am building as we speak. So now let's narrow it down and see if we can get an entry somewhere. And you can see we're at that resistance, and that's what we are respecting right now. On the 15, I told you this is where I take my entries. Oh, shit. And look, you can see that it is trying to break through this resistance. So, so here's the thing. We can either let this marinate just a little bit more, or we can try to play a breakout. The thing about breakout trades is they can either make you feel like a champion, like you feel like, you're on top of the world, bro. You just caught this, because you don't know how far it'll go. A breakout has the power to really just, make a move. Or if it decides to fail, it makes you feel dumb. It makes you feel like it doesn't make you feel good, bro. It just, especially when it fails miserably, like crazy. Because you got to think about it. The last time we were in this area right here, we dropped 15 points. For gold, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for 15 points. Especially if you're in a position. And yeah. And just based off where we are here, again, I see this resistance that is now acting as support. You can see that 15-minute candle tapped into it, and now buyers are stepping up. So as of right now, it is looking good for a long entry somewhere in this area. But again, if we are taking this entry, we are anticipating that a breakout will happen. That is what I'm looking for. But you can see on the higher time frame, this is where this level is. So, no, usually the way I do it, when here, let's see, let me get this going. When I want to decide what my position is going to be, and I'm thinking, okay, if I want to get in on this trade, oh shoot, I just closed it. If I want to get in on this trade, what I'll do is I go to my practice account, and that is how I decide. That is how I decide how heavy I want to go into position, because futures, it could be a lot. So I'm in GC. Okay, if I were to take an entry here, let's see what, this is a practice account, by the way. Again, let me reemphasize. This is a practice account because I am just trying to see what the position will look like. If I wanted to get into a position here, let's see, it's got a 15-minute. I would want my stop loss below this 15-minute fair value gap, this imbalance, right? That is where below is where I would want my stop loss. Okay, so what would that look like? If I were to take an entry here by, let me drag it down. That's 790 of risk. It doesn't seem that much on the chart, but when you get into a position and you put your stop loss, boom, 700. It's already almost 1,000. If you're in a 50K, that's quite a bit. It's quite a bit, but the goal is to pass them. So this, to me, if I was in evaluation, I would be okay with just one, right? But if we get to this high, I would target one of these highs. That's $1,300. That's already your first day almost, if we can get the breakout, which it looks like it's happening. Does that make sense, Brooke? So that's why I suggest, just activating a practice account, because, again, bro, like, especially, okay, look, especially in New York, bro. Let me say this as, I want to be super clear with like New York price action. Like this, bro, this looks like we're just, it's breaking out, walk in the park, we can kick our feet up. But with New York price action, bro, your stop loss just right there could be hit so fast. So fast. Yes, bro. Like, dude, there's 5-minute candles that are 100 points sometimes. So that's why, like, New York session, look, it's attempting to move. But New York session is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, bro. Like, beautiful if you can get the right entries, things like that, all that stuff. But as beautiful as it is, it's equally as like, oh shit, like, oh, what the heck just happened? Like your trade setup could be invalidated so fast. So yeah, man, that is. Yeah, bro. That I was like, I'm like, damn, maybe I should have just taken this entry, but look. Yeah. And yeah. So anyway, yeah. I'm gonna just keep saying that, bro. Just get a practice account, get familiar with what you want to risk. If you learn that maybe you don't want to do minis but micros, just go to micros. But since we're in an evaluation, the goal is to pass it and get you to fund it as fast as possible and at a reasonable pace. We're not full porting. We're just trying to, be a little bit more on the aggressive side so we don't spend a lot of time in an evaluation, because you don't want to go through all this and then not count, but again, we are taking valid trades with minis. But anyway, if you, okay, look, let's just, okay, look, let me just show you this here. If you were to go 5 minis, let's just say, for example, this is just an example, 5 minis on a 50K. Look at how much tighter your stop loss would be. So if this decides to just tap back into this for a second, you're out. Yeah, you're donezo. So yeah, but gold. That's gold for you. But yeah, we got that down. Okay, look, dude, this, we might just have to take an entry here on gold, guys. We just might. Yeah, it looks pretty good, man. Okay, so let's see if we can get a pullback. Anyway, you can see that we are here. Okay, so for this lucid trading evaluation, the gold is the same exact thing as Top Step, 3,000, and so I need to make $1,500 in a day. So let's see if we can get an entry here, because again, we're still in this, resistance that was previously support. So let's see if we're going to break out or if we're going to reject again. We're still in that zone. Okay, yes, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. This is specifically a gold thing. When you are, huh? Wait, what are you talking about? Sorry, but I have my baby in the background. I can't. Oh, I think he's. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, my bad. I was on the phone.
Oh, you're good. I was like, hey, yo. Anyway, but okay, broke. This is super important here because, um, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, when you are in profit, the best way to get out, if you're in a long, the best way to get out is to press the join ask button. Because if you get out at market sell order, you're buying at the ask. So you're not buying at the best possible fill. You're basically just, I just want out. But if you want to get out for the best possible price, join the ask. And if you're short, join the bid. In slow markets, like right now here, like so slow, sometimes that's extremely difficult because there's no momentum. There has to be a buyer for each seller is a buyer, things like that. But in New York, that should be no problem. It should be super easy. But yeah, man. Again, like this is stuff that you can practice on your practice account, bro. Like that's why it's so useful to have it there, just so you can get used to these things. Because when it's go time in New York, sometimes you don't want to get stuck trying to figure that out, and then your profits just diminish. Hey, yeah, New York moves so fast, bro. Give me 1 second, bro. Let me tend to my baby here. Just a minute here. Just give me a minute.
Oh, yeah, for sure. How you guys doing? Good evening. How's everybody doing today? Still broke up. See things. All the You guys trading futures? You guys trying to pass your account? Futures combine. Let's get you passed and let's get you a payout. Awesome. How was the morning session, guys? What did you guys do? Let's get some money this morning.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome
Yep.
back.
My baby's like on this little swing thing, and she somehow got sideways. Anyway, um,
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's a very nice community that we built here. We did this for you guys. For you guys. And we're happy that you guys are tailing with us.
yeah, dude, I know you guys have been winning options, and it's
Killing it, man.
awesome, bro.
Coach
Awesome.
never loses.
Let's go.
Don't take that too serious.
Yeah, it's entertainment purposes. Okay, look, you can see. Look at this.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
It's rejecting that zone. You guys see this? Exactly how we drew it out. So it's a good point of interest that we want to kind of pay attention to and see what it wants to do. Because if we just jump the gun, I mean, it could still go up, but look, let's see that happen before we decide to take it. Because for right now, it's respecting the bearish order flow as a resistance.
So for the new traders who don't trade futures, and this is just a common question, your style of trading, because maybe this is their first time, you don't ever build into the position, do you? Like for options, maybe you can kind of size light and then size up more once you had your confirmation. You wouldn't do that within that specific scenario, would you? Like you put 3 or 4 micros, and then if you want to size up to even maybe 10 micros once it's been confirmed, or no?
Yes, that's a great way of doing it too. For sure, a great way of doing it. Just because you don't want to go heavy and then it just goes against you right away, because then that's a big hit. Like I was just showing them that minis is a big risk if it goes against you, especially gold.
A lot. Especially when you're trading like 5 to 10 minis, it's a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot.
Guys, I'm sorry. I think my baby's hungry, bro. I'm sorry about this. Let me just give me a second here.
No, it's okay. If you need to feed your baby, yeah.
Okay, and then yeah, so good thing we didn't enter because we don't want to be a part of this here. If you guys are seeing that.
It's rejecting there. Let's see what it does off that level.
Okay. In the meantime, let me put some music on here. Let me get some of this, the lo-fi skis. And then, Broke, do you know how to? Are you aware of how I just did that with like putting the buy order up there?
Are you talking to me or?
To Broke. To Broke as fuck. It's funny every time you say it, Coops, because you always emphasize the the fuck. You're always like broke as fuck. Okay, yeah. Yeah, right click, stop buy is what it is. If you're above price, it's a stop buy. If you're below price, it's a stop sell. But yeah, just imagine if we jumped the gun on this up here when it looked really, really good, and look at what it's doing now.
That's why you guys have to always wait for confirmation.
Oh yes, confirmation. Damn, 3 combines. I mean, that's a dream to go through only 3 combines. That's crazy. Oh yeah. I mean, okay. Another thing too is that we could possibly get an entry here in that fair value gap because it looks like it wants to respect it, but anything can happen because if we take this entry here, we don't know how low it's gonna want to go and pick up these orders, or if it's just gonna completely disrespect it and go below. We don't know how low it wants to do that or how low it wants to go. That's the reason why my style of entries is more so like if it flips green and break its own high, because this is getting out of the way. It's doing it. It's retesting these levels. If it comes back up in momentum, that's confirmation that we got a good entry and we are seeing buyers step up to take us up higher. And this is just playing out as a perfect example is what I was just talking about, where it's like, breakouts can make you feel dumb. If we just took the entry here up here, just hoping that it's gonna go out, I would be feeling bad about myself if this is happening. I probably would have got stopped out, to be honest, if I went like heavier. So what went Coobs, what happened today with those people that you said you fired?
Nothing. I told them that they're done. They got all sad and stuff. Not doing this anymore.
Like they both.
Pack up your bags. I told them adios. You guys are done.
That's crazy. What they say? Did they try to save it or they just?
They were like super sad and stuff, but I don't got time for games, bro.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, it's looking good, bro. It's looking good. It's looking good. And we're above VWAP. I heard it said that VWAP is a great place to take entries too because on gold, VWAP tends to be super strong. I cannot confidently say. I mean, I think all technical analysis is great. I wouldn't have a strong opinion on that because when I first started trading options, I got my nuts kicked in, but moved over to futures and I feel a lot better about it. But yes, honestly, this is the thought that I've had in my mind that I'm with futures, I see the whole thing and it makes me feel better about going back to options. But look, if you see, let's see here. Let me see. While we get filled, let me turn on the sound here, so I know if I get filled. Execution sounds, they're on. So let's see. In the meantime, while it does this, let's look at NQ. Oh shoot. Hang on. Let's just do spies right there. And then let me split view. Okay. So if we have ES on the left side, and then SPY, I mean, there's not much to see because, you know, market closed. So you don't really see anything. But still very much at market open, you can still see like extended hours or extended trading hours. You still see the same structure as you see in futures. So yeah, I would say that they're both equally as fine. Except, you know, futures right now it's open, but the stock market isn't. You just see it cap out at whatever time it closes. But you can see the similarities. Because the way I used to do it, not used to, but when I gave it a shot again, Because sometimes I'll step into like options and I'll take a trade here and there, but like it's not something that I'm trying to play aggressively. Um, but yeah, if I were to, I do the extended hours so I could see the structure a lot better. Because to me, what throws me off or threw me off a lot was seeing all these imbalances as far as the gaps that opens up, like this right here, and then this right here, and then that one right there. Like I kind of, me personally, I want to know what's in between. Like I know it's a gap, but there could be some structure that could be, you know, that could be holding it down. Like just off rip, this right here, this is what catches my eye. Like why is it respecting that right there? Why is that a resistance that's it's breaking out of? So that's why, you know, referring to ES or just turning on the extended trading hours is great. Man, gold doesn't want to fill us, huh? It's that VWAP here. What if we potentially get an entry at VWAP? Because it wouldn't be a bad idea. Because it's respecting VWAP. As you can see, it tapped right into it. Look at the buyers just take it right back up. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that open, that gap down open. But we have this support that acted as resistance, and it's breaking out of. So now it's retesting it as a support. Which I'm not opposed to trying to take an entry here. But look at the 1 minute. There's not much volume. Just the 1 minute candles are nasty. Gaps in between. And that's the thing about trading the overnight session is that this is usually what happens. So that's why bigger time frames help you out a lot because you see structure. Oh man, even on the 15, it just gapped down. It candle closed above here, but it just gapped down. Yeah, man, sounds good. All right, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be in there. Yeah, man. Yeah, dope. I'll be there, bro. All right, man. See ya. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that order. It's just the volume died out and that gap down on the 15 is just doesn't look too good. Okay, let's look at NQ. Okay. We're at VWAP here on NQ. But what I'm seeing here on the 7 hour, we are in this big ol' bearish Fair Valley gap. It's a big old gap that it's been wicking out of, and it's just lower highs. You can see that it's just getting lower and lower and lower. get rid of those. And then since this is the first presented fair value, longs above that, which I think would be a thing for New York. I think that's when we would see it. But for right now, you can see that that's exactly where it's just rejecting off of that fair value gap. It rejected here. That's a 150, almost 150 point drop of rejection. The 4 hour closes in less than 12 minutes, and it broke that high, but now it's rejecting back into this range. So this could be a failed bullish candle. It's looking pretty heavy, boys. Lots of pressure here on this. Selling pressure. It's looking heavy. But okay, look. Okay, here's both sides of the coins. If you're looking at it for a bearish perspective, it's this fair value gap that it rejected pretty hard, and it's it's rejecting now with the 4 hour. But at the same time, if you're a pattern trader, you can see this is a big old cup and handle, and that's pretty bullish, and it's pretty clear. It's a pretty clear pattern here. Look at this trend line, bro. I think I'm bearish on NQ just off this. A new hour is coming up. No way. Gold? Oh, here we go. Bruh, that was a great entry right there, the VWAP. Oh, gosh. I canceled my order. Okay, I'm putting... Oh my goodness. Typical. Typical. You can see this little zone. It's just, I love drawing these out, because then when you see how perfect it respects it, that's where the confidence comes in. That's where the confidence comes in with your trades. Okay, now entry though, because down here would be a great place to get an entry. But we run the risk of it failing and continuing lower. Okay, so let's see. Let me think. Four points. 6 points. Okay. If I can get it to come down to here, to 43, 53, and 5 is where I want to take my entry. If I can And get it to retrace just a little bit. I don't wanna chase. And then my risk, I want it to be. I'm going one mini, by the way. One mini. So it's the big boy contract here. I'm gonna risk 750. 750. Oh, you entered? Oh, bet, dude. Dude, the goal is you, bro. If you got the entry, that's awesome, man. It's oh, you were down. Oh my god. Oh man. No, you're good, bro. Okay, look. Okay, it's not financial advice. Not financial advice. But when you're in an eval, I wouldn't blame you for going four. What was it? What was it? Minis or micros? Minis. 4 minis. Sheesh, dude. I mean, okay, look, not financial advice, but the goal for me personally isn't to really spend too much time on evals. But again, like it goes back to what I was saying. Just it's something you want to keep in mind because if you're going through them, it catches up eventually. So you just be mindful and not, and just not be too reckless with them. But when it's funded, that's where you have to be careful. Yeah, like, just be careful because, that habit, exactly how you're saying bad habits. Like, I've heard it said that, if you're trading your eval like this, like, what's going to change when you're in funded? I think I might take my entry up here. You said 4 minis? Oh, shit, boy. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm just thinking, like, should I take my entry here or is it gonna pull back? Because I'm trying to pass too. Okay, let's see. Let me get these buttons on. Yeah, it's pushing, bro. You're getting up there. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go 2 minis. Yeah, I like this here. Okay, for me, it's gonna be a breakout here. I'm going in 2 minis. I know that's definitely something to overcome, and that's kind of where you just have to just trust what your trade is. So let's see if we get this push. Now I'm ideally I wanted a perfect entry here, but it moved a little fast. I mean, this happened when I was looking at NQ, so let's see what happens. Let me see. I'm gonna risk 1,000 on this. 2 minis. I'm gonna give myself 2 opportunities to get a good trade. Again, this is an eval, so it's not, I understand the risk here. It's only, $70 here. I filled again. Oh, you got out? 43, 50, and 4. Nice. 43, 50, and 4. Stop right there. Nice, bro. 291. Nice. Let's see this. Let's get this push on gold here. And I feel good about it too. Just like I was saying, like, we broke it down, man. We went from the daily to the 7 hour to the 4 hour to the 15, and we identified these, you know, these levels where I'm interested in, especially this one. If we can get past this one, I think we move. I think we move to at least this high. Where's my thing? And honestly, with if you're in if you're in 4 minis, that's more than enough for your profit target, right there. Okay, let's see. You're good, bro. You are good, bro. Okay, let's see. So this is the high that I am looking for. If we can continue to push, that'd be awesome. But again, 2 minis risking 1,000. That's half of what the drawdown is, and yeah, man. Simple as that. Yeah, my perfect entry would have been down there. I wish I got that entry. But see, that's always a thing that happens to me as a trader. Me personally, one of the things that always happens to me, bro, always is I'll be looking at this, nothing. But then I switch over to something else. Like earlier, I went to NQ, and then now it decides to push. Like, always, bro, always. Okay, let's mark this out. Execution marks, so we can see. Bruh. It's gonna be a higher high, higher low, I mean. Yeah, I think so too. I don't know how familiar you are with gold, but this is exactly what gold does. It always, it makes these wicks, and it likes to retest levels a lot. And it does this exact thing. That's why, in the overnight session, you want to give yourself room to breathe as far as, trading micros. If you were in 3 micros, you can, your stop loss could be a lot wider. That's why minis are dangerous. Because yeah, the reward is awesome, but for instance, if I was in 4 minis, this is a lot. But I'm in 2 minis, and look, I'm right down. The P&L here is minus 660. Yeah, and that's where the averaging in that Koobs was asking about is if I wanted to take an entry up here, I would go 1 micro. If I got this level, I would probably go 2 or 3 more, and then my stop loss would be adjusted to that. Yeah, I'm definitely bullish, bro. I mean, that's the thing too, is I don't know if you pay attention to what I say. I mean, sometimes I'm I'm not wrong, I'm just early. Ideally, I want to be on time, but this is exactly the stuff that happens with gold. But yeah, the more time you hang out with gold like this, it's, you know, this stuff is exactly what it likes to do. Yeah. Should be fully charged. Yeah, it's because it's a fresh hour. It's a fresh hour. It just turned 11 here for me. So top of the hour volatility. Oh, for real? Yeah, bro. Yeah, gold is gonna take you for a ride, bro. Holy crap. It's so rewarding, but damn. Like this, bro. Look, it was looking so good, and then look, in just in 3 bullish candles, and then in one, just, you know, just shit to bed. Not really. It's not that much of a drop, but 3 bullish candle, and then one erases the move. That's exactly what gold likes to do. It makes a move, and then within the next candle, it can erase it faster than it made it. But I'm still bullish, bro. Look, this is exactly what I was looking at. Look, check this out. Support. Smack through the support. And then it acted as resistance here. Resistance. Smack through the resistance. Support. So I see this as support. I do not see why this wouldn't push up. It's a simple strategy, but it gets the payouts. Okay, let me see where 1500 would be. $1,500 for me, that would be $43.62.9. So that's gonna be the first day one here. Yeah, man. I mean, trust me, man. Just keeping things simple is like the way to go. I mean, like, again, there's no strategy that's 100%. We did the analysis. You know, it's, you know, these levels are holding up. Now, the question is it going to keep holding up now that we entered? Because that's, you know, that's always what it feels like. I'm sure you guys know the feeling. Is like as soon as you enter, it's like everything completely goes out the window. But when it does, I mean, it's awesome, man. But there's no reason to overcomplicate things. And I mentioned, I mean, this level is like one of the things that we got to get through, and the breakout is what we want. That was understood at the very beginning when I, you know, shared the trade idea. This is a level of resistance. The 4350s is the big 4-hour resistance that we need to get through. The entry was the next question. Where in all this are we going to try to get the entry to get that breakout? And it's, it's pretty clear on the 4-hour. But I'm also bullish too because this 4-hour did not break a new low. It didn't make a new low. So again, if not now, I'm sure I'll wake up to just a complete run. We swept that. This right here. So it on the 4-hour, it swept that low with this low right here. And then when you look to the right on the 15, you can literally see where it just completely respected. So it's good to know levels. Yeah, man, it's a game changer when you just just make it simple, man. I mean, honestly, even Cubes or El Jefe, they, both of them, if you really think about it, I mean, what they're calling out is simple. I mean, if we get past the resistance, we will fly. If we break this support, we're gonna, drop. Both of them, they both say that stuff. And look at the results in the last 4 days. It's been paying off a simple strategy. I mean, the results speak for themselves. I mean, you guys have been in here, so it's like, a simple strategy is all you need. Yeah, man. I mean, trust me. I mean, I still go through that. I mean, I've blown some accounts even recently too. I mean, it's fine. It's that's the thing about funded trading is like there's a lot of traders that milk them to get these payouts, so you don't have to risk your own capital. Because there's a lot of people that just milk these, and each one of them, if you're, if you pay attention to some experienced traders, they'll tell you the same thing. Like, it's fine. I blew it. It's fine. As long as you get a payout, it's worth it. I mean, your total cost for a straight to activation, no activation fee account is like $86 on a 50K. Your potential to get a payout, your potential profits on a payout is 5,000 max each time. So 86 to 5,000. And like I was just saying, like I'm re-emphasizing that these fundeds fundeds, they're not meant to be forever as long as you get payouts and stuff. And it's funny too, you say that about going to a video. Sometimes, bro, what I would do is like when I would be in a rut, I would immediately start going to like, TikTok and stuff, oh, what's that missing thing that I just need to hear? Like, what's this extra key or thing to help me with my trading? And it's just too much for you, man. It's just so good. It's not bad. It's not good for you. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. It's not good for you because you're just burning yourself out. But these strategies are supposed to be simple. Look, that level on this current 15, it tapped into this support that was resistance, and that would have been a great entry too. And now buyers are attempting to take it. We saw a little bit of green here. Are you still in this? You still holding? Yeah, bro, it does. We in the money. 40 cones. $40 cones. 60 cones. Let's go, baby. A hundo. Let's go, baby. Now we're gonna get the breakout to the upside. If it breaks out, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good for us here. It's gonna be real good. Are we gonna feel like champs? Or are we gonna get peppered? Let's go, baby. 220. We need to keep this up. And look, just for example, and what I was just going over earlier, support is created when you see a red and then a green candle, right? This is a perfect example of what I was expecting this to do here. So we created the support red candle, green candle, and then the following candle, which is this one here, it wicked down, retested the zone, and then it flipped green. That would have been my entry, and my stop loss would be below this candle. And sure enough, that's very close to what it would have been if I waited. And I would have been, and just seeing this here, I'm even more happier with all this. And if it fails, that's fine. I mean, that's the strat. That's good, man. That's good. That's the goal. Teaching you guys. So let's see. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second while this plays out. is doing its thing. Yo, what up, Woos? So look at it though. This is exactly what Gold likes to do. It I don't know how fast we got down there, but look at how it's just coming back up. Dope. So again, bro, you just let it play out, man. I mean, at me at least. But this resistance was identified in the 4 hour again, and now we just want this to break through. Woos, bro, you still in the eval? I bet. So, in how many total are you in? Nice, two. Um, if I wanted to, nice to view up, yeah. I don't know about letting it. Okay, look, let me see. Let me show you. Because there is so with futures, bro. There's so much opportunity for for you to do that. I've done that a few times where I let it ride all night, and sometimes it worked out, but sometimes it stopped me out, and then it worked out, so I never even got a piece. But since on the daily, we swept the previous day low right here. Since we swept that, there's a good chance that we could, make our way up here, or go to the 50% of this daily candle, and then just completely continue going down. Those are the things that you have to understand. I mean, I know some people are like, just really know how to go about those things, but me, I never had that much luck for me to really do that all the time. But if you could do that. You could try it with a few micros, so you're not stressing because sometimes the few times that I did it, I kind of went heavy and I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would just keep checking it, bro. But enough size to where you can go to sleep. Yeah, bro. But some people do minis, which is crazy. You wake up to like 9,000 or even more. Yeah, man. But my goal here is to help you guys get funded and stuff. I've been missing out on these New York sessions, bro. You guys have been killing it. I've been missing out because I've been just, my I do not want to make it sound like I'm complaining at all. I'm just, let me reemphasize that. But, I've been waking up and having to feed my baby and stuff. And I've just been busy with that, hands full with that. So I have not been able to be on time. And then the last few times, by the time I do get to the chart, I've been missing out, bro. I know that too. That's another thing too. I mean, to be honest, like tomorrow could be a good day, but then I don't know about the week of Christmas, just because it's the last week. It's gonna be a short week, I think. And yeah, man, just that's the one thing to keep in mind. So I don't know how many other days I'm gonna trade here. But honestly though, look, this is actually a good way of seeing it. If again, I'm just gonna say it, if you can afford to, um, if you can afford to, it wouldn't be a bad idea to trade evals just to kind of get those out of the way and get into the funded for 2026. It would not be a bad idea, so you can have those ready. If you just want to decide to just take a break for your real account, but it's completely up to you. But it's not a bad idea to do that. Yeah, I have multiple funded. It's just good to have it on like in the rotation, because let's just say with Top Step you can let's just say you start your you start your funded on Sunday. You can work it all the way to Friday, and Friday you can take your payout. But at the same exact time, you can have another one, and that one could be ready for on Monday or Thursday, right? Um, and that's how you. There's just different ways of working it. Look at this, bro. All that chop. We're seeing some green again. I do think we break out, bro. I do. I just want it to happen now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Those are not my permissions there. I don't know how to fix that. Bro, look at this. Look at how close I got to my stop loss. And this is exactly what I mean, bro. Every example that I can think of is happening tonight. Just to show you, bro. Look at this shit. Look at how close I got to my stop. You seen that? I mean, if it cannot get past, then yeah, I might just go to my stop. But for right now, with the current situation at hand, we are going up, and it was so close to my stop. Nice, bro. Look at this. Now it wants to push. Come on, baby. Buyers are here. Now are they going to keep us here and above is the next question. Let's go. This is dope. This will be a one and done if this hits. One and done trade for this eval. If this is a funded, if this was a funded, think about it. I'm trading this a little bit more aggressively just because it's an eval. But if this was a funded, just for a real time example, a great way to go break even or take partials is at a sweep of a high, which is that. So if it got to this high, taking partials is not a bad idea there, and go and break even. But the thing about that is, if you go break even, you can get stopped out and then it keeps going. So that's a question you have to ask for yourself of how you want to do this. There's just so many ways of doing this and managing your risk. I mean, to be honest, that's great management, but of course nobody wants to see this shit run and then you miss out on it. I think that's the worst feeling than a stop loss getting hit is like seeing the money you left on the table. Yeah, I do. Trust me. I mean, that's speaking about my experience. When I usually do that, it always ends bad for me because I know you've been coming out on top with some winners and stuff doing that. For me personally, it just hasn't been the best doing that at least. And that's the thing about options is like if your total risk is 200 bucks, if it goes to zero, that's it. Like you're done. Like the contracts are just done. But with futures, 200 can literally, if you only risk, well, actually not even only risk, the stop loss is how you decide your risk. But if you just enter the position, you can lose your whole account. It just keeps going if it keeps going against you. That's the only thing there. Damn, low key, this price action is making me fall asleep, bro. Come on, man. Okay, midnight is about to hit here for me in California. London is around the corner. Okay, so this is another thing too. When you trade futures, keeping in mind of all these session opens is where you can expect volatility. There's a lot of times where London is usually where you can see a reversal, and it's a saying that London reversal, New York continuation, or London continuation and New York reversal. So if we see what are we doing here? So we are pretty much just ranging, but so it's not much to really clearly say because we got this low, we got this high. So as of right now, let's see what London decides to do if we just continue to range. But I think that New York will either want to go up here or down there. Typical answer, but that's a great way to kind of see it and kind of go about it because the whole London reversal and New York continuation is a great way to kind of find an entry to leave it overnight while you sleep. Well, those pushed, man. Look at this. No way it rejects. I mean, we're still in that resistance zone, man. We gotta get past it. It wants to. No way. Bruh. Gold is trying to make sure we stay awake. You know, the funny thing too. I think I'm just gonna let this run, bro. I think I'm gonna go to bed. But look, let me tell you this here. Yeah, bro. Let me tell you this. I said earlier too when Coops was here, I was like, oh, it's looking like a rejection. Even if we entered shorts, we'd be in the same situation. We'd be in the exact situation. We try to push up. Nope, it's back in here. Try to go lower. Nope, we're still here. But I'm just going to let this play out. Stop loss hits get. I know, bro. I know, bro. Shorts. I suck with shorts. Anyway, but I'm going to let this play out, bro. Stop loss or take profit. But like again, if we took both sides, we'd still be in the exact same dilemma. So I'm taking my chances with shorts, and if this hits, it hits, bro. If it doesn't, it's fine. I'll see if I can bring it back with Coops tomorrow morning. So that's the plan here. Man. I'll catch you later. I'll see you later. All right, see ya.